Hello mga ka-Jabarkadaz and welcome to my channel Jabarkadaz Positibong Buhay, and you're watching my latest episode. Thank you everyone for subscribing, and if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to click like and subscribe. There you have it, and welcome again to Jabarkadaz Positibong Buhay. My name is Jabar and you're watching my latest episode. So for today, pag-uusapan po natin ngayon ay yung experience ko of coming out again and what are the lessons I've learned after that. And the title of this episode is Coming Out Was Never Easy, But It Was All Worth It. Bakit siya naging worth it? For me, it really allowed me to fully experience life in totality. I've learned so many things po talaga. Coming out is not just because declaring that I'm gay, but it's more of speaking my own truth. And that's a very good value. At ito po yung pag-uusapan natin, no? Ito po yung mga i-share ko. What are the lessons I've learned over the past years and is still learning even up to this day. But before anything else, this is part of in celebration of Pride Month. I'd like to show you some of my artwork, so I hope that you enjoy watching some of the paintings that I did for sale. It is for sale. For sale po yung mga ginawa ko, and if you're interested, please just message me. I'll be more than willing to offer it to you. And percentage of this proceeds will go to the foundation whom I work with as a volunteer teacher, also Bless the Children Foundation of Tondo, Manila. Maraming salamat po. So those are the artworks that I just made this past 3 weeks. Talagang pinagpuyatan ko po yan. And I was really inspired by my friend who thought of the theme. The first painting that I did there is the chain with the holding hands. And it was entitled, Piliin Mong Maging Malaya. And I think ito yung pinaka-focal point ng ating discussion, ng ating topic for today, Piliin Mong Maging Malaya. The other paintings, I entitled it with the same almost format. Yung isa, Piliin Mong Maging Totoo. Yung dalawang lalaki magkayakap, Piliin Mong Maging Masaya. Yung dalawang babae magkayakap, and then Piliin Mong Maging Matapang. Yung naked guy showing his back and then naka-stilettos. Diba? So this is again in celebration of Independence Month and Pride Month. So I hope you take a chance also to consider it. If you want it, just let me know. I'll be more than willing to give it to you with the best offer. And so moving forward, so coming out, for me, the number one value that it gave me coming out as a gay guy is the value of freedom. It really allowed me to experience life to the fullest. And this is the thing that I'd like to share with you right now. Coming out was never easy, but it was all worth it. The first lesson that I learned is that coming out taught me to take courage. So taking courage means that you're willing to embrace both the good and the bad, or the good and the not so good effect of coming out, or telling or speaking or sharing your own truth. But before you take courage, tanungin mo muna yung sarili mo, bakit mo ba gustong mag-come out? Will this really set you free? Is freedom and speaking your own truth is your number one value? Will it make you become a better person? You know, because everybody has different way or style of coming out. Pwedeng pipili ka lang ng mga taong kakausapin mo, or if you want, you can also challenge yourself by taking risks, going super public, just like what I did, no, when I joined Pugay. And also the goal is to let this imprisonment out of your chest and to fully express yourself. Me coming out allowed me to become the artist, the budding artist of who I am. By the way, kinaya nyo ba yung fedora hat ko? Ayan. Gumagawa lang ako ng certain identity para sana makilala tayo. Ayan. Yung fedora hat ko. Tsaka mahaba na kasi yung buhok ko, kaya nagsuot ako ng hat. Anyway, so at least for me, coming out is really, I want to be more free. Yun talaga yung isa sa mga intention ko. No? So there has to be some clarity, why do you want to come out? And then be able to fully utilize your talent at the same time without holding back, nor holding any grudges to your unaccepted self or unaccepted part of yourself. Which leads me to the next lesson that I've also learned, that is yung embracing the totality of who you are. In embracing the totality of who you are, this means that accepting everything that makes you who you are, both, again, the good and the bad side of yourself. Everybody has a shadow naman. Every time, if you want to be a beacon of light, now, being a beacon of light doesn't mean you don't have a shadow. Of course, you will cast a shadow. So that's the yin and the yang of your life. Diba? And that makes you who you really are. Yun yung makeup mo eh. So lahat yan, yakapin mo, tatanggapin mo, patatawanin mo ang sarili mo araw-araw sa mga pagkakamali na gawa mo. And then slowly moving towards becoming the beacon of life, or a better version of who you are. O, kinaya mo yun, di ba? Beacon of light. Then slowly allow yourself to be an instrument also of truth for others. Now, this doesn't mean thinking of yourself less or any better than others. In fact, this means thinking of yourself as equal, as an equal being to other people, and seeing them also as your equals. So, in terms of your essence and value, not in terms of status quo, because status quo, if you put so much value in it, you're operating from the space of ego, which is the opposite of love. Ego is coming from fear. Acceptance and forgiveness coming from the space of love. Which leads me to the third lesson that I've also learned coming out. In sharing yourself with others, you have to also choose the people you want to share yourself with wisely. Now, before you come out, identify first the people you also value. It's very important that you identify them wisely. So, for example, the people you value the most are your parents or your mom or your siblings or maybe a best friend. Basta ang mahalaga, you do baby steps, paunti-unti, pa isa-isa. I remember when I was younger, I started with my brother and then my mom and then my whole family and then my church and then my office, my community. And now I can fully express myself to whomever I want to, just like this, doing this vlog. With the hope and the intention that it will serve my purpose. And what is my purpose? And that is to empower people to speak their own truth. Fourth, so the number 4 lesson that I've learned is it is also important pala that you put a healthy personal boundary. Yes, I learned it the hard way. Putting a healthy personal boundary with others is quite difficult at first, especially when you are a people pleaser. I remember earlier I used to be a people pleaser, as in I wanted to please others so much that I didn't know I was losing my own identity and my own character. And when we lose that value and self-worth, that worthiness, the self-worthiness, that characterness, then we tend to have some difficulties to really mean our yes when we say yes, and to really mean our no when we really mean no to the things that we want to say no. Kumbaga yung in the process of putting healthy boundaries also, mas lumalakas yung discerning ability natin to listen to our inner voice. And again, when we lose that ability to discern and to have a sound decision with life, we also tend to lose the chance to make the best decision in life, of course, which eventually magdo-domino effect siya. So what we wanted to do is to not, of course, to perfect things, but to have a discerning mind and a discerning heart on truly knowing what values the most in your life. And so when you put healthy boundaries, it's much, much easier for you to say, no, I will not accept this, and to say yes to people that you want to come into your circle, to your life. So, in other words, you create a healthy space, a safe space for you to move around. to carry on with your life. Number 5. So sa number 5, give your family also and friends some time to mourn and grieve once you come out. Now, why am I sharing this? Now I say this because there are some people who are still very traditional, conventional. If you have very open-minded family and supportive parents, that's fantastic. Wala nang problema. Problem solved. But if they are traditional, conventional, old-fashioned, should you decide to come out, give them some time to wrap their minds with the situation. Midwife them, ika nga, or assist them, mourn with them, and then help them also to accept the situation. Now, for me, that's the most loving way. Instead of forcing them to accept who you are, practice the value of compassion and have patience. Don't expect too much from them. The only goal is to share yourself with them. It's up to them to decide whether they accept it or not. Because if they accept you, fantastic. That's a big bonus. If they don't, it's their issue, not yours. Okay? Especially when you're already an adult. The goal is not to force them to like you. The goal is not to force them to accept you. It's their process. And they're losing the chance to love you if they do not accept you. Because buhay na yan. They're responsible for their own life the same way that you are responsible for your own. So those are the things that I'd like to share lang with you. I hope na may kinapulutan kayo ng aral dito sa maiksing vlog na ginawa ko in celebration again with our Pride Month. So just to summarize, number 1 is you take courage, take the risks because it's gonna be worth it. Number 2, choose the people you want to share your life with wisely when you speak your own truth. Number 3, embrace the totality of who you are. 4th, put a healthy personal boundary. That is total freedom. Total freedom is putting boundaries. It's quite paradoxical, but that's the truth. You'll learn it. You'll learn it in the process. And then lastly, give your family and friends some time to mourn and grieve as they accept the situation. That's it. So thank you very, very much. Thank you again for wasting your time with me. I hope that you continue to share this episode to the people you love. Let's continue to share positivity and let's continue to share love with one another, especially at this time of pandemic and ECQ. Stay safe, stay healthy, continue to spread love with one another. Always value your peace of mind. Maraming salamat. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. God bless.